going to talk about similar figures. I already wrote down this the blanks for you. If you can just go ahead and fill that out. If I start talking too fast, make sure that you pause or rewind. But similar figures have to have 3 requirements. The first one, they have to have corresponding sides that are proportional. The second thing is they have to have corresponding angles that must be congruent. So for example, if this angle is 90 degrees, that means that the corresponding angle is also 90 degrees. That means that they're equal, but just the angles, not the sizes of the lengths. All right, the other thing is the figures must have the same shape, but it doesn't always have to have the same size. So this is a good example on one. You have a shape here that is larger than the other one. They are proportional, but they don't have to be the same size. Okay, so a few little things. So just so we can understand the concept of what corresponds with what, I'm gonna show you 2 different things. So the first thing is to create a little table. And so I'm gonna just put figure 1 here. And I'm just gonna label which is the name of it. So I'm gonna put number 1 here, number 2. And they gave me the label here. So it's gonna be A, B, C, and D. And then I'm going to write down figure 2. And figure 2 is G, H, and I, and J. So basically what it's saying, corresponding means that A corresponds with G, D with J, and so on. And I'm going to show you on this picture over here. So here they're asking us who is similar or who corresponds with A and B. So A and B is right here. That means that G and H corresponds. So I'm going to write G and H. If you look here, A and B, goes with G and H. So it matches our letters that we did. Okay, the next one that we're going to do is BC. So BC, and it's the order they give it to. So that means I'm going to put H and then I. So H and then I. All right, the next one is AD. So AD would be G, J. And then the last one that they're asking is C and D. So C and D goes with I and J. Okay, so I just showed you different ways that how can you look at it. All we're looking at is what side goes with what, basically on the other shape. So you can use your colors or you can use the table, whatever makes sense to you. Now I'm going to show you how example 2 works. Okay, I like to stick with stacking the letters. I feel like that's the best way to do these kind of questions. So I'm going to label this as 1. This is figure 2. And I'm going to write figure 1. And this is my figure 1. I'm going to put X, Y, and Z. And then figure 2 is the second one. And it's going to be G, H, and I. So all you really need to do is look at what they gave you. So like they gave it to me here and they gave it to me here. So I don't really have to guess who goes first. All right, so then they gave us a proportion already, and we want to see if it's proportional. So we can use either this method that I'm showing you, or you can redraw your triangle. For what we're doing in this class, we're going to do the table. I think that'll be the best way. Okay, so here's XY. XY corresponds with GH. Okay, so it looks like figure 1 is this one and it's going down. And this is what it matches with figure 2. So XY corresponds with GH. Okay, that works. Then figure 1 has YZ. So it has YZ and it goes with HI on figure 2. So now the corresponding sides is next to each other. Figure 1 corresponds with figure 2. And figure 1, YZ corresponds with HI. And that's all they're really asking, what side corresponds with that YZ. So if you look at the little table that you created, you clearly see that YZ goes with HI. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. Okay, Now, I want to talk about one more thing. I know it could be a little confusing. So your corresponding signs could be up or down, or left or right. So for example, on this one, we note, if you notice, your corresponding side when XY correspond with GH with the second figure, or you can also be written like this: XY can go with GH. So what does that mean? You can either have it going next to each other or down to the corresponding one, kind of like what it did here. And then it'll make more sense in a little bit when we do another one. Okay, so let's go to example 3. This one is easy just because the pictures are looking the same way. And so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stack our letters. And so it looks like we're missing the other figures letters. But I'm going to go ahead and write them down. Okay, so I'm going to call this figure 1. This is going to be figure 2. So figure 1, it's D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, and if you notice, the letters are missing, but I already know that it started with D. So D goes with K. And then it has E. So then it's going to be K, L, M, N, and O. Usually it gives you both of them. I think I accidentally cut it off. All right, so for this one, they're asking for the value of X. So this one's kind of easy because I noticed that they're facing the same direction, and here's my X. There's a number here and there's a number here, okay? So there's DE. DE goes with KL. So I know that 6 corresponds with 4. So I can put 6 corresponds with 4. And again, this is figure 1, and this is going to be figure 2. All right, and then they're asking for the X. So since I have figure 1 on the top, I'm going to put the X on the top, and X corresponds with 3. Again, there's 20,000 different ways you could create an equation or proportion, I'm sorry. You can do whatever makes more sense to you. So I know that, let me erase this so you can see this just a little bit better. Oops, sorry. Okay, so this is figure 1. This is going to be your figure 2. So I know that 6 corresponds with 4. That's how I put that. Corresponds with 4. And I know X corresponds with 3. So X corresponds with 3. And I did figure 1 at the top and figure 2 at the bottom. That's pretty important. Okay, anyhow, to check, so your proportion might look a little bit different, but this is what's always going to look the same. If you check your cross, they always are going to be the same, even if they look different, okay? So I know that 6 is against 3. So is 6 against 3? Yes. And then 4 goes with X. So does 4 go with X? Yes. So that's one of my answer choices, and there's going to be 2. So 6 goes with 3 here, yes, but 4 goes with X, and here is not 4, it's 2, so then that's not my answer. Again, 6 goes with 3, so 6 does not go with 3 here, so that one's not going to work. 6 does go with 3 here, but 4 does not go with X, so that's not going to work. 4 goes with 3, and 3 goes with 6, so this is my second answer. So again, just kind of setting up your proportions, whatever makes sense to you. You could set it up that way. And if you notice, this is your answer and this is the answer. And then this is the way I set it up. All 3 of them are different. And there's 10 other ways that you can do it. Again, set it up how it makes sense to you. And then see whatever, to check it, see whatever's across. And there always have to be a cross in order for it to be proportional. Okay, I would like for you to try example 4. Example 4 is just like example 1 that we did on the front page. And then make sure you put your answer in your Google form. And then go back to watch part 2.